Hello, my name is Lorenzo, and did you know that according to Statista.com, in 2021 there was 97 natural disasters in the United States alone. This is a part of the reason why I am passionate about natural disasters and why I'm looking to pursue a career in these fields. At the end of this speech, you're going to know more about my goals, my endeavors, and you're also going to know more about my past as well. I'm going to first go over why I'm passionate about natural disasters. Then I'm going to go over how I'm looking to pursue a career in these fields. And lastly, I'm going to go over how my desire for traveling will line up with my careers as well. As early as I can remember, I have always been interested in tornadoes and earthquakes. When I was around 5 years old, there was a tornado warning in our area, and we had to go to the basement. When we came up the next day, it turns out that the tornado passed just a few streets down, and we were able to see the damage in the house, which was crazy. And that has encouraged me to eventually possibly storm chase one day. I have also been in a couple of earthquakes, one of which was in 2019 when I was outside and I started to feel swaying and people started running out of their houses. And at that point, I realized that an earthquake was happening, and everything in the house, the chandelier was swaying. And it turns out that I was a 7.1 in Ridgecrest, California, and that was the largest earthquake since the 1999 Hector Minor earthquake, the largest earthquake in Southern California. And I've been in a couple of smaller earthquakes as well. Was in a magnitude 5, and that was in 2017. Wasn't anything too crazy. Our apartment shook, but the biggest thing that I remember about that was I got really interested in earthquakes again after being in that earthquake. And even most recently, just a couple months ago, me and my brother-in-law were around a campfire, and it was the middle of the night, and we heard a rumbling and then felt a jolt. It wasn't anything too crazy. Just the biggest thing was that I was able to actually hear the earthquake coming, and it's a whole different experience when you're outside. I'll definitely tell you that. Going through all these things, having all these different experiences, has ultimately made me want to pursue a career in meteorology and seismology, or one of the two. If I decide to go with meteorology, I'm currently looking at San Jose State, which has a great meteorology program, and it's in-state and somewhat close to home as well. If I decide to go with seismology, there are a couple of schools I'm looking at, one of which being the most popular for seismology in California, which is Stanford University, according to collegefactual.com. A couple of other schools I'm looking at are UCLA, San Diego University, and also possibly Caltech. And coming to Ventura College helps me out a lot because I'm able to take classes here that I would otherwise have to pay more for at university. So that's pretty beneficial. And with seismology and meteorology, there is a huge chance for traveling because most of the time we do field studies, we take out equipment and study weather or the ground, which definitely lines up with my desire to eventually travel. I know that my dad, his mom, so my grandma, is 100% Greek, and my grandpa on my dad's side is Italian and Polish. And my grandma has told me a lot about Greece, and she's cooked a lot of Greek food, and that has encouraged me definitely to go to Greece one day. I haven't been able to meet my grandpa, but I've been able to get a look at his family and see the Italian culture there, which has encouraged me as well to visit Italy. My grandma on my mom's side is Scottish, and they have told me some things about Scotland as well, which has made me want to visit Scotland as well. And my family and I, we have traveled quite a bit around the United States. We used to live in Michigan, then we moved to Maine, and then we moved to California, all of which we drove. And going from state to state, I've been able to see all the different topographies, the cultures, and there's definitely different historical backgrounds in each state, which has made me want to visit all 50 states one day if I'm able to. So knowing that I'm able to travel in my career has given me a peace of mind and has motivated me to keep going in the direction that I'm going with my career. I'm passionate about natural disasters, and I'm trying to get into a career with meteorology and seismology, and I love traveling as well. So I've gone over why I'm passionate about natural disasters, and I've gone over how I'm looking to pursue a career in those fields, and I've also gone over what traveling will look like possibly for me in the future. I encourage you guys to find what makes you happy and to find a career that fits your passions and your interests as well. Thank you.